Hi, welcome to a Qigong practice with me. We're going to be seated for most of this practice. So just begin with legs crossed or in any position that's comfortable and seated. And just take a moment to breathe. And drop your shoulders. And feel the breath into your lower abdomen, expanding each time you inhale in every direction. Place your hands over your lower abdomen, about 3 finger widths below the belly button. And as you inhale in and out, imagine a golden ball getting bigger with each inhalation, feeling that this is your intuitive center and where you move from. Drop all thoughts down to this area as though you could wash the brain of thinking and sink it down into this area right above your pelvis. And feel your tailbone, see if you can have it pointed down, just feeling it grounding you. Feel the contact underneath of you, imagining that each place that touches the mat is growing roots, and roots out from your sacrum into the ground. And imagining as you grow these roots deeply and thick and feel grounded here, that you also can imagine a string at the top back of the head that lifts you up from this area we call the ding to a star above, to the heavens above. And just feel that lifting from the top back of the head and the grounding from the roots below. And then rise your hands slowly through the middle of you up to the heart. Pause there, imagining green, emerald green spiraling out. Your heart expanding with each inhalation. And imagine that it reaches back as though the ground is behind you, to grow roots. Feel the back of your heart root, behind, the front of it blossoming like a flower. You can imagine emerald green flowers blossoming, spiraling out, and the back of the heart rooting. And feel this balance from being pulled forward and backward at the same time through the expansion of the heart. Now right above the heart at the thymus, just place your fingertips here. And for a couple of inhalations, expand this area in all directions. Imagining light spilling out. And now take your hands and have them rise again, staying in your midline. We're going to rise to the third eye. Imagine a violet or indigo light here. Feeling expansion all in the third eye, in the middle of the head, right behind the eyebrows. An expansion that starts to flower upward into your crown, allowing your ding to pull you further up toward the heavens. And allowing this indigo light to be like a wave, uncharted in every direction, opening up your third eye to see not just within your head, but beyond, in every single direction. Imagining you can see the whole world with compassion. Let's bring this back to the heart, slowly coming down, anchoring through the heart. Feeling the third eye connected to the heart, as though your seeing of all of the world is anchored right here in your heart. And now imagine yourself in your heart. Place yourself in your heart as though you could sit in there and just breathe. Imagining yourself in your heart as though your eyes above you are like a periscope. Feeling connected to the intuition below. Sinking yourself into your heart We're often up in our eyes, but we want the light to come to our eyes, so we want to stay in our heart. Keep yourself in your heart as you sink your hands to lower dantian, feeling the connection to your power center. Feeling yourself radiating in the heart above, and the third eye glowing above that, connected to both of these sources. And now as you inhale and exhale, imagine that with each inhale you expand all three of these centers, third eye, the heart, and lower dantian, seeing if you can imagine or feel the centers expand with each inhale. Remembering you're going forward, behind, and to the sides in every direction, like a ball going outwards. 3 different balls. Feeling them coming into balance. And bring your hands to your knees and just see if you can feel these 3 in balance. We're going to do a few more things to balance them. Go ahead and take your hands in front of you and turn one hand upward. One hand is going to go up, the other goes down. They don't go far. Now we're going to turn around the middle finger. So if you can imagine, the middle finger stays where it is and I'm turning around it. So it looks like I'm turning around the middle finger. Both hands are now facing each other in a way. They're going to pass through the middle. Going slowly, we're creating this balance between our meridians. Turning the hands around the middle finger slowly. And breathing into your 3 centers at the same time. Middle, upper, lower. All receiving breath and balance. And the next time the hands are in the middle, have them come together and face forward as though you were going to dive or swim. So the palms are together. And now we'll take our fingertips and turn them in one direction. And we'll follow them a bit with the body. We're going to curve it back around when we get to the side, go to the other direction. Now see if you can still breathe into all 3 centers as you do this movement, taking your time to connect this movement to the breath in all 3 centers. You want your heart, your third eye, and your intuition involved in everything you do. And this movement is called Dragon. It's a water movement. You can imagine it flushing your 3 centers, clearing them of any debris, and just taking this into a rhythmic movement. You can go up and down with it, but just have it sway you from side to side and keep coming back to these 3 centers, your roots, and you're being pulled from above. Feeling it ground you, balance you. And the next time you're back in the middle, pause and bring the hands down. Breathing for just a moment. Let's come to our center right here in our sternum. So right where you're breathing into our thymus, it's a little bit higher, still in the sternum area. We're going to tap right below that, and you'll feel a little bit of a drum beat when you do this. Let's wake up this area of the sternum. You can hear my voice vibrating. Waking this up to wake up those 3 centers, imagining that as you tap this area, you're waking up all 3. And just feel them like burst each time you tap. You're bursting, waking up, getting bigger, going beyond the boundaries. They can be bigger and bigger. Tap, make them bigger. Intuition, heart, third eye, make it bigger with the tapping. Keep going, bigger, bigger. And then let that go and pause and come to a rest. And just to clear the debris out of our centers, we'll do another movement with arms. So we're going to have one arm out, the other arm comes to the shoulder. You can do either side. You can mirror me, that's usually easiest. We're going to inhale, When you're ready to exhale, we're going to sweep down that arm, and I want you to imagine all debris from those 3 centers come out with that exhale and that sweep. Little quick thing at the end. When you're ready to inhale, come up, palm faces up, now hand comes up the arm, and let's do that again with same arm. Just practice exhaling down, and there's a sweep. Inhale it. When you inhale in, imagine those centers gleaming, getting energy into the body. Let's go to the other arm. Exhaling down, sweep. Inhaling in. When you inhale in, take in all the air like it's fresh, new, and beautiful. Exhaling out, just exhale, regular exhale, just release. Inhale in as though you're inhaling beautiful forest air, new air. And let's take this now down the sides of the body, so just down to the hips, and then you can sweep when you get into the hip crest. And then we're going to come up the legs, around the legs, and to lower dantian. Pause here, making sure lower dantian is still responding. Taking the hands once again to the sides, exhaling when you're ready. Sweeping, inhaling, sorry, we come to the legs and up. Bring back to lower dantian. Once again, check in with those 3. I want you to feel yourself balanced over all 3 centers. We're going to do a little movement with the shoulders just to make it easier. So elbows are relaxed, hands are in front. They can drop or they can kind of come together like a dancer's hands, whatever feels easiest. But we're just going to take one shoulder forward and turn to that opposite side, bringing that opposite elbow back. Still feel here. Pause. See if you can feel all 3 centers align. Come back. Think of all 3 centers aligning as you bring that other elbow back, staying in line with all 3 centers right in your axis. So you're lifted and rooted, and you can feel all 3 coming back. Each time you bring the opposite elbow back is the direction you're turning. And now start to take the head in that direction of the elbow. Looking behind you can be a little different. So as we go back in the other direction, I want you to think of the opposite eye. So if you're using the left arm, use the right eye to look as far as you can look. If you're using the right arm, use the left eye to look as far as you can go. So opposite eye, I'm turning to my left. My right eye is more interested in going back behind me. And that gives me some more clarity and a little more balance in my 3 centers. So see if you can notice that. And don't forget to continue to breathe into these centers because they need that nourishment. We want them active and involved in all we do so we can be perfectly balanced. And perfectly balanced means coming out of balance and finding our way back in, not staying in balance. That's not possible all the time. Let's take the arms back together. Elbows back, look toward the ceiling. Pause here, bring the elbows down, arms out. Heart up, but now anchor the back of the heart backwards with roots as you're here so you can still feel the heart anchored, and keep bringing those elbows down and palms stay up toward the ceiling. Looking up, let's look down but keep the elbows where they are. Look up, look down. Slowly release the arms and bring them back. Notice if you have a little more alignment over your 3 centers, and just take a minute to breathe and notice. Why don't we balance this out again with our breathing? So we're going to do a type of breathing called nadi breathing. And just a moment of this can clear headaches, can balance the body. So let's give it a shot. So we're just going to use 2 fingers from either hand. I think typically it's the forefinger and the pinky, but you can use what you want. So just use a hand. Cover one nostril, breathe in through the opposite nostril, inhale, hold the inhale, cover the other nostril, exhale, and inhale. Pause at the top of each inhalation, cover the opposite nostril, exhale, and inhale. Go at your own pace. Each movement of changing nostrils is an exhalation and an inhalation. And you do this while thinking about your 3 centers. And now keep this breathing going, seeing if you can take the eyes a little right and left. Just a little bit. Now do it with relaxed eyes, without caring about how far you go or what you're doing, just knowing you're doing something. Not important. Looking right and left won't change anything unless you just let it be a little bit easy. And then pause that and notice how you breathe through your nostrils now, and breathe into those 3 centers. And feel that you're breathing more into the back of them. So root them all back. Feel the rooting of your lower dantian back, the rooting of your heart back, and the rooting of the 3rd eye also. So the back of your head is going back as the top back of your head is being pulled up. And now staying in postural alignment, this is the easiest thing we can do for the shoulders, but I want you to make sure your axis is straight up and down as you do this. All 3 chakras line up as you turn slowly. Go slow enough to make sure that you don't pull yourself out of alignment, because you might not know if you go to the sides. You want to stay straight up and down, only going as far as you can go with straight up and down axis, just knowing exactly where the middle of you is and staying with that, using these 3 chakras to guide you. Don't worry about how far you twist. And pause that for a moment and place your hands on your lower back, so right below your kidneys and right above the pelvis. And just allow yourself to feel your breathing here. And see if you can let your lower abdomen go, or any part of your abdomen go even more, with hands back here. And now hands to the top of the head, and we can interlace the fingers up here. And now we're just going to come in with one elbow and then the other. And now let these turn you. So as one elbow comes in, let the other one stay out to the side but turn. And feel the weight on the top of your head. Feel the weight of your pelvis. Pause in the middle. And now as we inhale, we're just going to take the hands up a little bit, like we're making a little angel over top of us, a little halo. Exhale, hands come back down. Inhale, halo. Feel your pelvis drop as you inhale with the halo. Exhale, hands come back down. One more time as you bring the hands up, feel your pelvis gets heavier and heavier and heavier. Exhale, come back down. One more, halo. Feel your whole spine sink into the pelvis. Come back down. And let's take the hands down the head slowly, winding around the back of the head, getting feedback from our hands till we come to the shoulders. And just feeling the hands on the shoulders. And I want you to press into the part of your neck and spine that feels like this is where it connects and it's a little bit tight. And just find muscle that you can press into. And without too heavy of a touch, just breathe here and see what moves as you breathe. And now every time you exhale, lighten your touch. And as you inhale, increase the touch. And continue that for another breath or 2. And see if it doesn't start to ease your breathing. And now just light touch in that area. Light touch, just allow. And then bring the arms down. Take a moment to feel your shoulders on your back. And feel your 3 areas that we're balancing. Lower dantian, heart, and third eye. Can you feel them all in a line? Breathing into all 3, remembering the back and the front and the sides. And now we're going to inhale into all 3 and expand them. And on the exhale, we're going to imagine that we fill them with gold light, and we're going to exhale it out of the arms and legs. So when you're ready, inhale into all 3 centers with gold light, and then exhale that light out through the arms and legs in your image. And do that again. Inhale all 3 centers with gold light. Pure gold light coming in. Exhale through the arms and legs. Inhale gold light into all 3 centers. Exhale, the gold light goes through your arms, legs, fingertips, and toes. And then pause and just feel if you notice a vibration, a sensation, relaxation, any Asian that you notice. If you feel like it's a vacation, feeling all 3 centers can align, and it can help you all day long. So when you're ready, take your time to come up, just to see if you can keep all 3 centers aligned within the body throughout the day, noticing how you move, and thank you for joining me.